The smell of copper and rain filled the big fancy hall. It made the happy party feeling go away. Lisa stood very still next to the shiny gold pillars. Her glass of bubbly drink slipped from her cold fingers. It broke on the smooth stone floor with a loud crash. But no one really heard it. A bigger, scarier sound covered it up. "David, no!" someone shouted in fear. His helper Wolf jumped forward fast, but it was already too late. On the high stage, Alpha King David had his mouth closed tight. His teeth went deep into the soft neck of Alara, the visitor from far away. An old and strong bond formed right then. It sent a big wave of powerful alpha energy through the whole room. David lifted his head. His golden eyes became clear again after being wild and lost in the make-feeling. He looked straight at Lisa, hiding in the shadows. Horror filled his eyes. He had just marked another woman, so Lisa turned around and walked away from her king. The big dance hall of the Silver Crown Pack became so quiet it felt like heavy weight on everyone's ears. The music group stopped playing suddenly. The person with the big string instrument held the bows still in the air. Hundreds of important werewolves, alphas, betas, and guests stood frozen in their nice velvet and silk clothes. Everyone held their breath. The air smelt strongly of fresh blood and crushed nightshade flowers mixed with cedarwood. It was the clear smell of a finished mating bond. Next to the gold pillars, Lisa did not scream. She did not fall down crying. She did not shout angry words at the stage. That is what the whispering people around her thought she would do. For 5 whole years, she had been the king's close helper, his trusted friend, the woman who fought hard with him to win his throne. The big Luna ceremony was planned for the next full moon. The dressmaker had just finished her special gown the day before. But instead of breaking down, a cold, calm feeling came over her. It started in her chest. It made her fast-beating heart slow and freeze. Then it spread to her fingers. On the high platform, David stood shaking. Blood from Alara shone wet and dark on his lips. Alara, the political visitor from the Northern Territories, leaned against his chest. Her eyes were wide. She was breathing hard and feeling overwhelmed by the king's strong claim. The strong smell of a newly found true mate had taken over David's senses. It was a natural body need that was stronger than thinking, loyalty, or 5 years of promises. But when the wild feeling went away, the terrible truth hit David hard. His wide shoulders moved up and down as he breathed heavily. He pushed Alara away suddenly and roughly. He ignored her confused, soft cry. His golden eyes looked around the room quickly, searching for Lisa. When he saw her, the whole room felt colder. "Lisa!" His voice spoke inside her mind through the pack connection. It was desperate and full of panic. "Lisa, wait. I did not mean to. I could not stop it. The smell made me blind. Please." Lisa cut the mind connection sharply, like a heavy blade falling. The sudden strong pushback made some weaker wolves in the room hold their heads and wince in pain. She took one step back. The heels of her silver shoes made sharp clicks on the marble. One step, then another. "Stop her," David ordered. His voice was rough and tired. It did not sound like a strong king's voice. He tried to step down the soft stairs, but the new bond held him back. Alara cried out in pain when the distance between them grew. Her knees became weak. David had to catch her. His face showed pain and hate for himself. Lisa turned. Running was what weak animals did. She would not let the court see her run away. She made her shoulders straight, lifted her chin high, and started the long walk down the middle path. The crowd moved apart for her, like water splitting. People looked away. They bowed their heads with respect and deep sadness for her. Lisa hated the sadness more than the hurt from betrayal. Every step took all of her control. She focused only on breathing slowly. Breathe in for 4 counts. Breathe out for 4 counts. She did not look at the wall pictures she had picked. She did not look at the flags she had helped make. As she got close to the heavy wood doors of the big hall, a man stepped out from a side space and blocked the way out. It was Kale, Alpha of the Obsidian Ridge Pack. They were the biggest rivals of the Silver Crown. He had been invited just to be polite. No one thought it would matter. He leaned easily against the brass door handles. His arms were crossed over his nice dark suit. Unlike David's bright golden look, Kale was all sharp lines, dark marks on skin, and shadows. His eyes were bright silver. They watched her come closer with strong focus. The room held its breath again. Kale was known as a tough fighter who used any weakness. Lisa stopped 2 feet away. She did not look at his face. She looked at his chest. "Move, Alpha Kale." Her voice was soft, but sharp like a knife. Kale did not laugh at her. He did not make fun. He just looked carefully at her tight jaw, her pale lips with no blood, and her eyes with no tears. A quick look of deep respect showed on his serious face. Without words, Kale reached back, held the heavy handle, and opened the big door. He stepped aside to give her a clear way out of the palace. "The night is cold, Lisa," Kale said quietly. His low, rough voice was only for her. "Choose your way carefully." Lisa said nothing. She stepped through the door. She left the warmth, the betrayal, and the king behind. She walked into the freezing rainy night. The rain started light and misty. Then it became very heavy, and never stopped. It matched the night well. Lisa had taken off her silver shoes 3 miles back. She left them in the mud near the royal gardens. Her bare feet were numb and hurt from roots and sharp stones. But the body pain helped her forget the empty hurt in her chest. The heavy silk of her green dress, the color of the Silver Crown pack, stuck to her skin like something choking her. She held the bottom and tore it up to her knees. The expensive cloth ripped loudly. It felt good. Now she could move faster. She was going north, toward the Rocky Mountain path. That was the safe area between David's land and Obsidian Ridge. She was not foolish. A woman wolf alone, hurt from a broken almost bond, was in danger. The smells of sadness and broken ties could call bad wild wolves in the deep woods. But she could not stay. Staying would mean becoming less in her own life. Staying would mean watching David try to balance a mate he did not choose and the woman he said he loved. She did not want to be a small note in the king's sad love story. Thunder rolled loudly above. It shook the old pine trees. Lisa leaned against a huge tree trunk. She finally let her lungs burn as she breathed hard. "We will build an empire, Lisa. Just you and me. No fates, no destiny, just our choice." David's words from a year ago, by the moonlit lake, came back to her ears like a joke. He had said them softly against her skin. He had lied. Or maybe he did not lie. But he had not understood how strong werewolf body chemistry was. When fate came, choice became weak. A sharp sound of a breaking twig cut through the rain. Lisa's head turned fast. Her claws came out. Her eyes flashed amber color in the dark. She got into a ready fighting position. She ignored her tired, shaking muscles. Bright car lights cut through the thick forest fog. A strong armored car stopped quietly on the muddy road, 20 yards away. The engine made a low, powerful sound. The heavy door opened. Heavy boots stepped into the mud. It was Kale. He did not hold an umbrella. Rain soaked his dark hair fast, but he did not care about the weather. His silver eyes looked through the dark at her wild, ready position. "You are following me," Lisa growled. Her voice was rough from cold. "And I am driving home," Kale said calmly. His voice carried over the storm easily. "You are walking on the only road to my borders. You are doing it in a torn dress, bleeding from your feet, and sending out sad smells that are waking every wild wolf nearby for 10 miles. I can handle myself." "I know you can," Kale said. He did not move closer. He knew not to trap a hurt wolf. But you should not have to. Not tonight. Lisa narrowed her eyes. What do you want, Kale? A prisoner? You want to take the king's thrown-away woman to your prison for power? You are wasting time. He has new things to care about now. Kale's jaw became tight. His easy look disappeared. Something very still and dangerous took its place. If I wanted a prisoner, I would have taken the northern visitor. I do not use thrown-away people, Lisa. I use useful strengths. He reached into the back seat and pulled out a heavy dark wool coat. He threw it. It landed in the mud between them. My land starts 2 miles past that mountain, Kale said. He pointed steadily. Once you cross, David's rules stop. His guards are already moving. I heard the border warnings 5 minutes ago. He is coming for you. Lisa's breath caught. She could feel a weak pulling in her mind. David was trying to open the pack link again. His fear shook the ground. He will not let me go, she whispered. A small moment of soft feeling showed through her strong face. His pride will not allow it. His pride means nothing on my land, Kale said. His voice became low and deadly. He stepped back. He left the door to the warm, dry car wide open. You can stay here and wait for your king to pull you back to a palace where you will be second place. Or you can get in the car. I give you safety. No tricks, no prisons, just a strong door and a border he cannot pass. Lisa looked at the coat in the mud. She looked at the open door. Far away, a hunting horn sounded through the valley. It was the king's guards. She did not wait. Lisa walked forward. She grabbed the heavy coat from the mud. She put it around her cold shoulders and climbed into the front seat of Kale's truck. Kale closed the door. He shut out the storm. The inside of the car smelled of old leather, pine trees, and the sharp, clean smell of Kale's alpha power. It was very different from the flower and copper nightmare in the ballroom. Lisa sat small in the big seat. The large coat covered her. She stared out the window as trees went by fast. The heater was on strong, but she kept shaking. It was not only the cold. It was the big drop after all the excitement. The body break from a deep-feeling bond, even an unfinished one, felt like losing an organ with no medicine to stop pain. Kale drove without talking. He did not say empty nice words. He did not ask if she was okay. He kept his eyes on the hard, windy mountain road. He gave her the one thing she needed most right now, space. As the car reached the top, the air inside changed a little. A heavy feeling passed. The small hairs on Lisa's arms stood up. The magic walls, Lisa said quietly. Her voice sounded empty. We just entered Obsidian Ridge, Kale said. He changed gears as they went down into the valley. You are now out of Silver Crown land. Lisa closed her eyes. She rested her head on the cool window. One hot tear came out. She wiped it away hard. Why are you doing this, Kale? Tell the truth. There is no free help among alphas. Kale did not look at her, but his hands held the wheel tighter. David is a fool. He spent 5 years making a strong blade. He used it to guard his back. Then one shiny new thing caught his eye, and he dropped the blade. He stopped. His face looked strong in the car lights. I do not like seeing good steel wasted. Lisa made a short laugh with no happiness. So I am a weapon to you. You are a smart planner, a strong fighter, and you know the inside of the Silver Crown better than anyone, Kale said in a practical way. Right now you are a person without a home. But when you are ready, I want to give you a real place in my team, a lasting one. Lisa turned to look at him fully. She expected a mean smile or a trap, but Kale's face was very serious. He was not looking at her like a hurt woman. He was looking at her like a leader, seeing a very valuable new fighter. It helped her feel steady. Half an hour later, the thick forest opened. It showed the center of the Obsidian pack. Unlike David's big showy white and gold palace, Kale's place was strong and plain. Dark stone, thick glass, and high walls built into the mountain. It was a true fortress. It felt safe. When Kale parked the car in the guarded yard, wolves stopped walking and stared. The smell of a stranger wolf, especially one with the enemy's alpha smell, made them nervous. Low growls came from the dark. Kale got out and closed the door hard. He did not yell. He did not order them. He just let his strong alpha power flow out. A heavy wave of pure leader strength went across the yard. The growls stopped right away. The guards lowered their heads and showed their necks in respect. He walked around and opened Lisa's door. My Beta Jax will take you to the guest area. It is deep inside. No low windows, strong steel doors. You will have a hot shower, clean clothes, and full privacy. Lisa stepped out. She pulled the coat tighter. And what will you do? I, Kale said, looking back toward the mountain pass, will take a phone call. As if on time, the strong secret phone in his pocket started shaking. The screen showed Alpha King David. Lisa stared at the phone. Her stomach turned. An old pain came where her loyalty used to be. Kale did not answer right away. He looked at Lisa. His silver eyes caught the bright lights. Go inside, Lisa. Lock the door. Tonight you feel the sadness. Tomorrow we make plans. Lisa nodded once, sharp and sure. She turned and followed the scarred Beta into the dark stone fortress. She did not look back. Outside, Kale answered the phone. He did not even say hello. If you touch one hair on her head, David's voice roared, full of wild command and fear, I will burn Obsidian Ridge to the ground. Give her back, Kale. Kale smiled a cold, dark smile. He leaned on his truck. The rain slowed. She is not land for you to take, David. Kale answered softly, with deadly calm. She walked here by herself. If you want to burn my mountains, try it, but you do not get to mark a new mate and keep the old one tied up. She is mine, David shouted. The sound was full of power. A huge howl shook the far mountains. David was changing into wolf form, lost in the mess he made. Kale ended the call. He listened to the far, sad howl of the other king. Not anymore, Kale whispered to the night. Lisa woke up to the gray morning light coming through a narrow, strong window. For one small second, her body remembered the old way. She reached across the bed for the warm silk sheets and the steady breathing of the king. Her hand found rough cloth and cold air. The memories of last night hit her like a hard push. The metal smell of blood, the snap of David's teeth, the painful breaking of the mind tied to the silver crown for 5 years. She sat up fast. Her breath caught. The quiet in her head was too loud. The pack link, once always there like many connected thoughts, was gone. It felt like losing a sense in the bark. She put her legs over the side of the iron bed. Kale had kept his word about safety. The room was plain but warm. The bathroom had simple soaps that did not bother her strong senses. Clean clothes waited on the dresser. Black, strong pants, a fitted dark shirt, and perfect fighting boots. No green silk. No queen clothes. It was fighter clothes. It was what she needed. She dressed fast. She put cold water on her face. She looked at herself in the metal mirror. Her amber eyes looked tired with dark circles, but her jaw was strong. She would not cry for a man who woke up with another woman's blood taste. When she left the room, Jax the scarred Beta waited in the hall. Up close, his face scars showed many battles. He did not give sad smiles or bow. Alpha Kale is in the planning room, Jax said in his rough voice. He asks for you if you are ready. If not, the kitchen is that way. I am ready, Lisa said smoothly. She hid the empty feeling in her chest. Jax took her through the many halls of Obsidian Ridge. The fortress was made for fighting, not beauty. No pretty victory pictures, only weapon holders, maps on stone, and wolves moving with quiet order. The planning room was big, with a huge round table made from one piece of dark stone. Kale stood at the far side under bright lights. He studied a land map. His dark hair was pulled back. He looked up when she came in. His silver eyes met hers. He did not ask about sleep. Good morning, Kale said. He pointed to a hot cup of black coffee by an empty chair. Sit. Lisa sat. She held the warm mug with cold hands. What is happening? Kale slid a flat computer across the table. David is falling apart. His border guards are 3 times more since midnight. He put big fighter groups by the river. His messengers keep calling us asking for you back right away. Lisa looked at the red marks on the map. On what reason? I am not a full member of Silver Crown. My joining was for the Luna Day. I am free. He says you know secret plans, Kale said with a small cold smile. Which is true. You made half his safety rules. Is he threatening war? Lisa asked. Her voice stayed steady, even as her heart beat faster. He is showing off, Kale answered. He put his hands on the table. His pack is not steady now. Adding a new Luna so suddenly, especially from outside, makes big problems. His old leaders want answers. His new mate is probably weak from the bond shock. He cannot start a full war today. Lisa closed her eyes. She could picture the mess in the Silver Crown Palace. David walking back and forth, fighting the body pull to stay with Alara, while his mind fought what he did. He will come to the border, she said softly. He will not send someone else. He will come. I know, Kale said. He is already there. He has stood in the cold mud for 2 hours asking to talk. Lisa held the mug so tight her fingers turned white. You do not have to see him, Kale said. His voice became softer, like a protector. I can send Jax to send him away. I can leave him in the rain. Lisa looked at the dark coffee. Running last night was for staying alive. Hiding today would be weak. She needed to end the tie forever. She needed to look him in the eyes and show what he lost. No, Lisa said. She stood. The chair made a sharp sound on the stone. Take me to the border. It is time to leave my unofficial place. The fog stuck to the trees like hurt clouds. The border was not a fence, but a deep, loud river through the mountain pass. One heavy iron bridge crossed the fast water. It was the safe meeting place. Kale drove to the edge of the bridge and stopped by the trees. He turned off the engine. For a moment, only the river made noise. On the other side stood Alpha King David. Lisa's breath caught. From far he still looked powerful, like a gold god. But as she walked onto the wet bridge, the picture broke. David looked destroyed. His usually perfect golden hair was messy and wet. Dark, tired marks were under his red eyes. His royal coat was open. He stood with deep tiredness. 4 of his best guards stood with him. They looked at Lisa with sadness, not anger. Kale walked a little behind Lisa. His presence was a strong, dark wall. He did not need weapons. The woods behind had hidden shooters. Lisa stopped in the exact middle of the bridge, on the red neutral line. David moved forward fast. He stopped just before the line. The new bond smell came from him, cedar and nightshade. Under it was the bad smell of deep sadness and fear. Lisa, David said. The word came out torn. He reached a shaking hand across the line. Please come home. Lisa looked at his hand. She did not move. I have no home there anymore, David. You made sure of that last night. It was not a choice, David begged. His voice broke. He lost all king strength. The smell and body need took my mind. You know the old stories, Lisa. You know what a true mate does to an alpha. It was a short, crazy moment. It means nothing. It means everything, Lisa answered. Her voice was cold and clear over the water. You put your teeth in her neck, David. You tied your soul to hers. That is not a short moment. That is a real, forever thing. My heart is yours, David said strongly. He stepped closer to the line. She has the mark, but you have my thoughts and loyalty. We can still lead together. She can be Luna, only a name for the North Group. And you, stop. Lisa's voice cut like a whip. Even the guards jumped at the disgust. Do you hear what you say? You want to keep your true mate as a body to calm your wolf and keep me a shadow queen for your pride? You want to split your loyalty for your own wants? David's face fell. I cannot lose you. I will break the bond. There are old ways. Those ways kill the woman, David. Kale spoke for the first time. His voice was low and dangerous on the bridge. You would kill the woman fate gave you just to get back the woman you hurt? David's eyes turned to Kale with wild anger. This is between me and my future. Step back, Kale, or I will rip your throat. She is not your future, Kale said calmly. He crossed his arms. She stands on my side. She has Obsidian protection. Make one move toward her, and it is war. David made a deep, scary growl. His body started to change, but the mate bond held him. A sharp pain hit him. Alara far away felt it and cried through the bond. David gasped. He fell to his knees from the heavy body truth. Lisa looked down at the king she once loved, the man she built an empire for, now on his knees from the same body rules he said were not important. You made a cage for yourself yesterday, David, Lisa said softly. The anger left. Only cold, empty pity stayed. I will not live in it with you. She turned her back. Lisa, David roared. It was pure heartbreak that shook the valley. She did not stop. She walked back to Kale's car. Her strong boots made steady sounds on the iron. She got in and looked straight ahead. Kale waited 1 second. He looked at the broken king. He gave no proud smile, only a serious nod of ending. Then he got in the car. As they drove away from the Silver Crown forever, Lisa took a deep shaking breath. The old ghost was gone. 3 days later, rain came again. It washed away the last smells of the border meeting. Lisa had become part of the strong daily life in Obsidian Ridge. This pack was different. No big fancy parties, no whispering people fighting for attention. It was a fighting group, run by skill and strict rules. Kale kept his word. He did not treat her like a weak guest. He treated her like a leader. They were in the planning room. Maps and papers covered the dark tables. Jax watched from the door. Lisa marked supply pads with a red tool. David's supply lines depend too much on the East Valleys, Lisa explained clearly. He cared more about keeping Westwoods pretty, so 80% of winter food and medicine goes through one easy-to-attack narrow place. Kale leaned over. His silver eyes followed her line. If we block that place, we cut his main city in 2 weeks. Yes, Lisa said. She paused. But blocking it hurts regular people, old ones, and young pups. It works for winning, but it is mean. Kale looked at her face. I did not say we would do it. I wanted to know if we could. He stood straight. You are holding back, Lisa. I am giving real plans, Lisa said. You are giving safe plans, Kale corrected. You show normal weak points, but hide the deadly ones you made. You are still guarding him. I am not guarding him, Lisa answered hotly. Her eyes flashed. I owe him nothing. Then why wait? Kale stepped closer. The room felt warmer with new energy. You spent 5 years building his land. You know every hidden problem, yet you only show easy ones. Lisa looked away. Her jaw was tight. Because if I give you the full way to destroy him, I become the bad person in my story, the angry woman who burned everything because she was not chosen. No, Kale said softly. He touched her chin gently with his strong hand. He made her look at him. His touch felt warm and steady, different from David's wild sparks. You become the smart leader who stopped a dangerous, unstable problem for everyone. David is weak now. The North Pack sees it. He pointed to a paper. Our people found this. Alara's father is sending real fighting groups as honor guards. It is an attack. Lisa felt cold. She read the paper. This is an army. They are coming to take over. David's pack was split. Half his fighters doubted him after the public break of promises. His mind was pulled between the new mate and his strong feelings for Lisa. He could not see the danger. Alara was not just a visitor, Lisa whispered. She was a trick horse. Her father knew David's weakness with body feelings. He sent his daughter knowing the fake true mate smell would break everything. He will lose his throne, Lisa said. The empire she helped build was about to be taken by the North. Kale watched her. The question is, do we let him fall, or do we step in? Lisa looked at the map, then at Kale's silver eyes. He gave her the biggest choice. She could let David face his mistakes, or she could help the old pack from the rival land and become a hidden savior. Lisa picked up the red marker. She did not mark the border. She put a strong X on David's North Communication Center. I made a secret back door in their secret talk system, Lisa said with steel in her voice. I can make the North fighters blind before they cross. But if we do this, Kale, we do not do it to save David. We do it to take the North. A strong smile grew on Kale's face. It was scary and wonderful. Welcome to Obsidian Ridge, lead strategist. In the underground control room, machines hummed. Lisa sat at many screens. Her fingers moved fast on the keys. Green light showed on her tired face, but she sat strong. Kale stood behind her, like a steady wall. I am inside, Lisa said. I passed their main wall. They use old systems. Fenrir has big tanks but weak computer safety. Can you blind them? Jax asked. Better, Lisa said with a sharp look. I can trick them. I will make their maps lie. They will think they go on the main road, but they will walk into the Weeping Gorge with one way out. The perfect trap, Kale said. He leaned on her chair. His closeness felt warm. But Fenrir is smart. He has a backup plan. Before more checks, an old secret signal came on a side screen. Lisa knew the code. She had made it years ago. Only 3 people knew it. The voice was weak and scared. It was Alara. Lisa, I know you here. They say you left. Please meet me. He does not know I have this. If you want to save the valley, come to the old mill on Route 9. Alone. Kale said it was a trap, but Lisa heard real pain in the voice. She had to go. Kale did not like it, but he agreed to stay hidden in the trees for safety. At the old broken mill, Alara looked terrible. Dark lines spread from the bite. She was dying from the fake bond. She gave Lisa a folder. Her father had tricked everyone with fake mate smell made by witches. It was not fate. It was poison and a plan to take the land. The real weapon was under the nursery, a sound bomb to hurt the young and old. Lisa took the folder. The weight of many lives was in her hands. In the Weeping Gorge, during heavy snow, Lisa lay on the high cliff with a gun. Kale was beside her. Northern tanks came into the trap. Then David arrived with his tired fighters in wild anger, looking for Fenrir. Chaos started. Lisa gave the order. Explosions brought rocks and snow down. The gorge became a trap. Kale changed to his big wolf form and jumped in. Lisa climbed down with blades. She fought with cold, smart moves. She saved David from the last enemies, but told him clearly, I did not come back for you. I came to claim this land for my alpha. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe so you never miss our daily love stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts. Stay tuned and keep spreading love.